Here's a quick time update of the Douglas County Board of Commissioners meeting. I'm Lloyd Higuera. With me is County Manager Steve Mokrohysky. And the first item on that February 6th agenda, Steve, was commissioners introducing an ordinance allowing for craft distilleries here in Douglas County.
Right, and this is a new use, a new code, new requirements and regulations in our code that are the result of Assembly Bill 153 that was adopted in the 2013 Nevada legislative session that allows craft distilleries to be created in throughout communities in Nevada. We've had a demand here in Douglas County, certainly from Chris Bentley and Bentley Enterprises and his team, to redevelop the iconic silo building in downtown Minden as a craft distillery. And so we're now, as part of this action, our staff has worked and the board is moving forward with adopting a new code to allow for these uses. And it breaks down the allowable square footage, requirements, and uses in different zoning districts. General commercial and tourist commercial will allow up to 40,000 square feet, but also of assembling, bottling, distilling, processing, and warehousing, but also requires other amenities to be provided: product tasting, food service, catering, product education, outdoor special events, special tours, and other public amenities that draw the community in. So we want to make sure that in the downtown tourist core that we don't have a exclusively industrial manufacturing type use, that there's really a mixed use there. So that's what this code does. It was the first reading, a positive discussion. Chris Bentley attended and spoke about his plans, and will speak further at the March 6th meeting on the plans for the redevelopment of that downtown facility. So we look forward to more on that item.
Okay, commissioners also introduced an ordinance imposing a temporary moratorium on medical marijuana establishments here in the county.
And I think, as everyone knows now, medical marijuana is legal in the state of Nevada, as passed by the voters, and it's been incorporated into the state's constitution. So the board's discussion was not on the legality of medical marijuana, but rather on the appropriateness and the timing of allowing a dispensary and other uses for medical marijuana in our community. The decision the board made was to adopt a temporary moratorium of up to 360 days to give us the time to evaluate the state regulations, legal considerations, and any community-based impacts. So that moratorium will be in place once the board adopts the accompanying resolution at a future meeting.
Okay, and commissioners approved a joint resolution between the county and the towns of Gardnerville and Minden on the Valley Vision Plan.
This has been, as you know, Lloyd, an ongoing discussion with the towns and with our business community and residents about creating a long-range vision for the redevelopment of our Main Street, Minden, Gardnerville, and larger Carson Valley area. And both towns unanimously approved this resolution. And some part of it is symbolic, to bring the towns and the county together as public entities to say we are committed to the principles, and to codify that in a joint resolution. And part of it is practical, to say we're going to start putting our money where our mouth is and invest, as the county has now $50,000 in those improvements, as the town of Gardnerville has $20,000 recently, and as we anticipate the town of Minden will. So this was adopted by the board, and we look forward to future investments in the redevelopment of our Main Street area, both from the public entities and from the private sector.
Okay. Also, commissioners appointed Dr. Susan Pintar, the county's health officer.
And Douglas County Code and Nevada Revised Statutes requires the county to appoint a county health officer. We've not had one for several years, and so Dr. Pintar is a registered pediatrician. She is a resident of Douglas County, and she is the public health officer for Carson City, so it's a seamless transition and collaboration in our ongoing relationship and partnership with our neighboring Carson City to the north.
Okay, commissioners introduced an ordinance amending the county's health and safety code.
This was the result of, it was generated by our community development department, the result of some concerns and complaints we'd received from residents, to really make sure that we had the ability to enforce nuisance properties, rubbish and waste and materials that were not healthy for residents, to allow us and our code enforcement officer to go out and work with our residents to clean up any issues that are identified and reported to us by others.
Okay, and commissioners heard a presentation from the Western Counties Alliance.
And this was, Western Counties Alliance is a nonprofit organization that advocates on behalf of Western states on largely public lands and natural resources. Talked about payment in lieu of taxes and secured rural schools, funding as well as geothermal funding. So a good update from them.
Okay. Quick, or a moment anyway, to update a couple of things in the community.
Sure.
The Community Center Senior Center has a special event coming up.
We do. I'll show this here real quick. This is our invitation, and we invite any member of the public who's interested in coming on Thursday, February 27th, 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at Lampe Park. We'll have a barbecue lunch, and then 12:40 to 1 p.m. we're going to have the topping out ceremony. We'll allow residents who are interested to come out over to Herbig Park and sign the beam at the community center, the 83,000 square foot world-class 100-year building that we're constructing for our residents. And we look forward to that. And again, on Thursday, February 27th, invite residents to come out.
And another quick plug for the state of the county coming
Our
up.
financial state of the county is on March 10th, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the Carson Valley Inn, and we invite residents for the second year in a row to come out, hear about our long-range financial forecast, how we're investing taxpayer resources and priorities, and also to recognize some of our outstanding local businesses that are doing great work in our community.
Okay, well, thank you, Steve. That's a
Thank you.
quick time update of the actions taken by the Douglas County Board of Commissioners at their February 6th meeting. I'm Lloyd Higuera with County Manager Steve Mokro-Heisky for the Board of County Commissioners Quick Time Update.